Welcome to New Day, Cleveland. Go ahead, tell me, you're feeling a little doom and gloom nowadays, right? Well, we've got a show, it's gonna cheer you up a little bit. We're gonna bring some sunshine into your life. We're calling this show Passion and Purpose. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight Northeast Ohio businesses and some people who are doing really good things that will make you feel better. So we're gonna start down in Ravenna. We're gonna go down to a farm that's giving animals a second chance at having a great life.
Happy Trails Farm Animal Sanctuary is a rescue, rehab and rehoming facility for farm animals and also horses. Our animals come to us through law enforcement. These are most likely going to be a prosecuted cruelty case. We do very few owner's surrenders. A lot of people think we're a facility where if people don't want an animal, they can just bring it here. That's not the case. We get many calls every week for potbelly pigs. People get them when they're babies and do not realize that they're going to grow up to be a pretty substantial animal, maybe 60 to 200, 250 pounds. Ohio is known for having very weak laws for protecting animals. Goddard's Law is helping the dogs and cats. We're grateful for that. But farm animals and exotic and wild animals are still on the short end of that deal. We have 11 acres, which doesn't sound like a whole lot for housing farm animals, but we will show you as we go through. We are using every inch of this space in the best possible way that we can. Now, since our goal is not to keep these animals forever, we're their way station where they come to get healthy. They come to get emotionally rehabilitated. Many of them have understandably lost their trust in people. It's always amazing to us that they ever even gain it back, considering what some of them have been through in their lives, but they do. And that is a tribute to the people who work with them day in and day out with the feeding and caring and the medical care they receive. So our goal is to find these animals a forever home.
There's a lot of ways that you can show your support. One of the most important ways here is to sponsor an animal. You actually are directly responsible for the daily, weekly, monthly care of an animal in need. You receive information, photos, information updates about the animal that you're sponsoring. And then you're also invited to one of our closed sanctuary sponsor days where you get to join with our other amazing sponsors, wander and roam the sanctuary and get to spend hands-on time with the animal that you are actually participating in the care of.
Come on, Patty. Good girl. Do it. Come on.
All pigs love a good belly rub. And we're all weighing in here between about 850 and 1,000 pounds. Do your homework. What kind of vaccines do they need to have? Do they need hoof trims? Do they need regular veterinary care? How much room do they need? Are you keeping it outside? Is it going to be an inside animal? How are you going to potty train it? Will it get along with kids? Will it get along with the dogs? All of those questions that you would ask for any kind of animal you're bringing into your home, you need to ask yourself with a farm animal. Animals have always had a place in my heart. To be able to give these guys a second, maybe sometimes third or fourth chance at a happy life fills me with great joy.
And of course, if you'd like to help out a little bit or donate some money, you could just head to their website. Okay, now we're gonna go downtown Cleveland to a place, well, you can get very creative, not a lot of money. It's called UpCycle Part Shop.
UpCycle Part Shop is a nonprofit creative reuse center in Cleveland. We're a retail shop, hands-on programming and workshops, and lots of community building here in Cleveland's St. Clair Superior neighborhood. Our mission at UpCycle Part Shop is to provoke creativity and promote community through reuse. So connecting with our neighbors is a big part of that. Realizing that we're all inherently creative. Children all think they're artists, but as adults we forget there is something inside of us that we want to express. And then utilizing materials that are finished with their first life but are perfectly usable. That's the reuse part. We've taken in 27 tons of materials in 5 years. So that's been a lot of sweat and growth and figuring out our own efficiencies as a scrappy new kind of industry.
So the materials that you find at UpCycle Parts Shop are all donated by individuals who are just looking to relieve themselves of some material weight. You are going to find stuff for sewing, you're going to find stuff for just general arts and crafts. Fine art supplies get donated, that like really good paint that you feel like you can only get at Blick. You'll see office supplies, you'll see paper, you'll see broken and totally functional jewelry, things that you can build stuff out of, vintage items, records, all sorts of weird things, and some really traditional things too. The point of having these materials in one space is to make creativity accessible in a lot of ways. It really helps as far as lowering your costs. We run like a thrift store where our materials are about a third of retail or lower if we can get it that way. It makes it accessible because it's fun. You don't feel like you need to have a big investment or a lot of inherent talent being good at art to be able to come in and make something out of it. If you'd like to donate something, there's a couple of ways. One, you can just walk right in. We accept up to 2 boxes or bags per person of materials, or you can go online and fill out a form, which comes right to my email inbox, and I'll just talk to you like a person about what you're thinking about donating, what you have questions about, and when you come in that day, we're going to look at all of your materials. We're going to just pick through what our shop can take in at that time. Anything that we might not be able to take in, we're going to hand back to you, but you're going to leave with an idea of where else you can take it, where else that material might be able to go so that you're not having to resort to throwing it away, which is really just the goal, is to get people thinking in a different way about the materials that they have. Can I share it? If it's not useful to me right now, who is it useful for? And making sure that we're thinking about those things before just tossing them to the wayside.
When it comes to giving back, it's very important to us because it's actually part of our mission, and we are here on purpose, so we want to show that. We just try to reach out into the community as much as we can with community programming. Like every Thursday, we get together with some neighbors and do some free crafting.
We're really, really grateful, and in truth, it's fun to look back and kind of marvel at the big thing we've grown together, and that we get to be part of the impact of it is pretty humbling.
UpCycle Part Shop is located on St. Clair in Cleveland. And of course, if you want to help, just head to their website or social media. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to a place that's making some really good fresh food for a good cause. That's after the break. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our next stop takes us to Elyria, to a really good restaurant that makes really good food really fast for a good cause.
Nikki's Good to Go is a small to-go restaurant. We specialize in pastelitos, Sazon chicken, rice and beans. We have everything from Cuban sandwiches to chicken and French fries. I love food. Food excites me. I lived in Vegas for like 7 years, and I moved home to take care of my mother who was ill with cancer. She couldn't stand smells and things like that, so we would order food and eat in the car. After doing that for 7 months, there was nothing that was good anymore. You know, you get so used to all the food, so I wanted to bring something that I learned in Vegas to Elyria. You can call and place your order over the phone, and it's little to no wait time once you come in. Or you can come in and order your food and actually watch us make it. We have an open kitchen floor plan so that you're able to really watch them make the food and see what's going into your pastelito.
I am going to make a Philly cheesesteak pastelito. It's our special one of the month. First, you want to put the egg wash around the edges, and then we do a little layer of mozzarella cheese on the bottom, some Philly meat. Then we do a little bit of onions, sauteed peppers, and then we close it. And then we'll drop it in the fryer for about 2 minutes.
Our wings are amazing. We have a lot of people that order them plain with the sauce on the side just because they're so locked in with flavor. Before we even put them in the fryer, we season them really well, and then we cool them, and then we fry them to make them crispy. So a lot of people love our wings. Our Cuban sandwiches is a huge seller. We make our pork and ham in-house, so our process on that leaves the pork really juicy, and people just love the Cuban sandwiches. Purple is for the pancreatic cancer. My mom and my sister both passed from pancreatic cancer within 4 years of each other. It was very sudden, came out of nowhere kind of deal, and it's a very aggressive cancer. So we do the purple to honor them, their fight, because they gave it one heck of a fight. The boxing gloves, when my mom was diagnosed, she said that she's putting her boxing gloves on and she was gonna fight. When my sister was diagnosed, we bought her the purple boxing gloves and the bag that says "Fight Like a Girl." And she wore them to every chemo treatment, and she gave it all she had with those. So we hang those up just to remind us to fight. Sometimes we're faced with battles that we can't help, but we just gotta give it our all and fight like a girl. The Pay It Forward board is amazing. It's one of my favorite things about owning a restaurant. Our customers come in and they can purchase menu items off of the menu and put them on the board. Once if somebody comes in and they're hungry, they're down on their luck, they haven't been able to afford a good meal or whatever the case may be, they can pull one off and it's no questions asked, we give them a good meal. The city of Elyria has supported us so much. From the people that come in, we have people that literally come from Lorraine, come from North Olmsted. One couple comes from Sandusky, they call it their date night. I just think it's amazing to see the outreach of support for a small business like this. I like to see people leave happy. I love to see people come in skeptical and then come back the next day like, oh, I want more. I like the fact that we can do the Pay It Forward board. And I absolutely love the fact that I can honor my mom and my sister and keep their memory alive. I've lived all over the US, I've lived in many different states, and the best food that you can find is from small little places. So you may just pass us by not even knowing that we're here, but I promise if you stop in, you'll be back again.
Nikki's Good to Go is located on East Broad Street, and that is in Elyria. And if you want more information, just check them out on Facebook. Okay, here's another great place. This place is called Hope Soap, and this was a business that was started to help the homeless. Check it out.
We manufacture and sell plant-based skincare products right here in our store, and the proceeds benefit the homeless community locally. So everything is all natural and safe, and it also has a better and a bigger cause. I have dermatitis, and I went to doctors, went to lots of appointments and getting testing and all these things, and just couldn't find any results. So I started making my own products so I could know what was in them, and then from there it just kind of grew. My friends and family wanted to use the products and try them, and I told them, well, you could buy them, then I would use the funds to support our meal that we were feeding to the homeless community. So it just kind of grew, and I came up with the name Hope Soap, and here we are. Every month we serve a hot meal on the last Saturday of the month in downtown Akron, and we serve anywhere from 100 to 300 people that are experiencing homelessness. We help them find jobs by writing resumes for them. We do career development things like free classes, and we now are offering employment opportunities for those who are experiencing homelessness right here in our store to help us manufacture and different things like that to help them build their resume. We do interview practicing, we give clothes away for their interviews, and we try to bridge, fill in all the gaps where other organizations might be missing to help them find employment and get back on their feet. In addition to that, for every item that we sell, we give a bar of our handmade soap to someone who's experiencing homelessness. The soap is based with a sustainable palm oil. We're not tearing down anyone's home. We also use coconut and olive oil to make all the base of our soaps, and then we use natural essential oils, and we have some fragrance options as well, but they are safe fragrances that we use. We have a whole line of moisturizers, body butters, we have different lotions and creams, and we have a whole line of face care, from toners to face creams to face washes for all different skin types. We have hair care, we have shampoo bars. We're into sustainability, so we have shampoo bars that's equivalent to 2 bottles of shampoo, so you're saving 2 bottles. It's much safer for your hair, it's sulfate free. We even make pet care products. We make a sulfate free pet shampoo. With every one of those we sell, we donate one of those to a local dog shelter. We have products for your home, room sprays, a lot of refillable products. Also on our soap, the bands that are wrapped around them are plantable, so if you put them in the ground, they grow wildflowers, so we try to be waste-free. And all of our bottles can be returned back to the store to be recycled here, or they can be refilled for a discounted price. We have 2 lines of candles. One is called Witty Lit Candles, and it's kind of like funny, witty quotes that are a lot of fun, like 90s mom, and it smells like cucumber melon. We have one called Target Run, and it's cucumber and mint. We also have candles that are manufactured by those who are experiencing homelessness, and they're made out of recycled beer bottles. So the local bars are giving us their used beer bottles. We sanitize them, we cut them, and we turn them into candles, and those are called Hoppy Hope candles, which help create employment opportunities for those who are experiencing homelessness. We offer classes every Friday night. We have our fragrance bar, and you can come and make a custom product. You can make a body scrub, a lotion, a bath bomb. There's a whole variety of products, and you can bring up to 6 people at a time. We book private parties too. A lot of people have their birthday parties here, or bachelorette parties. We've hosted all those things, but on Friday nights it's kind of open to the public, and just walk in and come make a custom product. We should be using things that are safe on our skin. We should be reading the ingredients. We should know what we're putting on our skin. If you wouldn't eat it, then it shouldn't go on your skin as well.
Hope Soap is located on Portage Trail, and that is in Cuyahoga Falls. And of course, if you want to buy some products or help out, you can check out that information on their website. Okay, believe it or not, coming up, there are kids out there that don't have a bed to sleep on. Well, we can show you how we can fix that. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. This is a show we call Passion and Purpose, talking about businesses and people who help other folks. So check this out. There are actually kids out there who don't have beds to sleep on. Well, there's a man on a mission to fix that. It's called Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Sleep in Heavenly Peace was founded in 2012 in Kimberly, Idaho by Luke Mickelson and his family. Out of a need that they had with a church group that they were involved with. The family needed a couple of beds. So they built the beds, and his kids, as kids are around Christmas time, were complaining about all the stuff that they wouldn't get for Christmas. So he said, all right, into the garage, we're gonna build beds. So they built a couple of beds, put it on Facebook. Hey, does anybody need a bed? 100 yeses later, out of necessity, you know, Sleep in Heavenly Peace was born. Until 2018, February 2018, there were 13 chapters nationwide. Now there's over 160 chapters nationwide, at least 2 in Canada. And we're here in Lorain County. We're one of those. We started here in Lorain County July 28th, 2018. And it has just been unbelievable to me. I knew there was a need. I was one of those kids that slept on the floor growing up. You know, not because my mom didn't love me, but just out of necessity. Too many kids, not enough beds. So I knew there was a need from personal experience, but just since last July, we've received just shy of 600 requests for beds here in Lorain County. Most of the children that we provide beds to have never had their own bed. They've slept with 2 or 3 other siblings. They've slept with their parents, slept on couches and things like that. So when we take a bed into the home and we put it together, and we have that child help put the bed together and help make the bed, that belongs to them. And you know, the National Sleep Foundation has done studies nationwide saying that a person that gets a good 8-hour sleep in a proper situation, children are less likely to be delinquent, they're less likely to flunk out of school, they're less likely to be in trouble at school, they're less likely, as my case, sleep in school. It's not just giving them a bed, it's giving them a foundation to where they can succeed in school and going forward. We start with raw lumber that we get from local lumber stores. We bring it in, we set it to pre-cut lengths, we cut that, we run it through the different stations that we have set up. We have a cutting station, a jig station, tapping station, drill station, sanding. So we take it through the process. There's 8 or 9 different processes to where we get to the finished product, which what we do here is we build the headboards and footboards and prepare the side rails. And then once we have scheduled deliveries, we take the beds and we assemble them on site. You can volunteer, you can donate, whether it's in-kind donations of raw lumber or sheets, pillows, pillowcases, or you can donate monetarily. For us, it's not just about making beds, because we can make beds ourselves in our free time, but it's about engaging the community to do so. We provide a bed, mattress, sheets, pillowcases, and a comforter, blanket. So all of those areas are needed, from the raw material to the finished bed. I've been blessed and given the opportunity to where at less than 50 years old, I'm retired. So I can do this, I can build beds, but it's about getting the community involved. And the more community involvement we have, the more beds we can build, and the more beds we can build, the more children we can give a good night's sleep.
Sleep in Heavenly Peace is always looking for volunteers, and you can find out how to do that by looking them up on Facebook. Okay, now we're going to head to Hartville, where a farm is changing lives, one horse at a time.
Pegasus Farm is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to serving individuals who have special life challenges. We do it in a number of ways. Our original way was to provide therapeutic equestrian services to those individuals. But recently we've added adult vocational habilitation services, and we've set up work sites on our property for them to have meaningful, employable work. And we also have added a military family center to serve veterans, first responders, and active military and their families. We started out of a vision that came from 3 educators in Canton City schools who worked with children with orthopedic handicaps and saw the limited activities that were available for them after school. And they felt that they really needed some meaningful activity that was also helpful to them and helped with their physical and social emotional development. And they researched and they found therapeutic equestrian activity was a really good way to kind of address the needs of the whole person. We have a wide range of equestrian activities that go from everything from basic horsemanship and riding to carriage driving to vaulting. We have ground lesson programs for students from all over the community. We work with agencies that are working with children that may have special life challenges as well. As our students were getting older and parents were thinking about adult living for their child, they started asking and looking into services, and they really weren't finding what they wanted. They really wanted something that was truly meaningful work, learning job skills, because they didn't want to put limitations on what their son or daughter could do. And that has evolved into now day services for about 30 individuals who are actual employees of the farm. In 2016, local Rotary clubs approached us about developing a full-time center for veterans. And so we worked with them, we worked with Walsh University and local foundations to actually purchase another farm dedicated to veterans, active military, first responders, and their families. Walsh University provides occupational physical therapy, counseling services, and there's the Rotary provide us with a full complement of rehab equipment that is on the property. And so services to this population are all free of charge at the Military Family Center. We could not exist without our volunteers because last year they provided over 13,000 hours of service to our programs and our organization. They really are the reason we can afford to do what we do, so they're a crucial part of our organization. What we're doing is trying to help all the people we serve maximize their potential. And we're really good at not limiting what they can do and giving them opportunities for growth.
If you like kids and horses, Pegasus Farms is always looking for volunteers or donations. Just check them out on their website. Okay, when we come back with more New Day Cleveland, we're going to head to Medina for coffee and inspirations. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland's Passion and Purpose. Are you ready for a little coffee and inspiration? Well, I've got just the place. It's called Spokes Café.
So Spokes Café is a nonprofit cafe that employs adults with developmental disabilities to provide them with employment within their communities. So we're partners with Cool Beans Cafe. So if you've ever been there in Medina, we serve the same kind of drinks as they do. Our employees here have a variety of different opportunities to gain job and social skills. And our mission is to eventually move them out into our communities to gain competitive employment. What makes Spokes Cafe so special is definitely our employees. Whether it's a rainy day, a snowy day, when you're walking in, you're being greeted with a warm welcome to Spokes, a smile on their face, and everyone's just thrilled to serve you here. So we have cafe lattes, cappuccinos, smoothies, iced tea, lemonade. We also provide a variety of baked goods, which we make here within the cafe, and a variety of snacks as well. A lot of different opportunities within Medina for adults with developmental disabilities are more in sheltered environments where they're not engaging with people in the community. So Spokes employees have the opportunity to feel as though, and rightfully so, fit in within their community. So every day they're interacting with individuals in their community, getting to know one another, and provided with many different opportunities to find their place where they suit best in the community. Some chocolate syrup. So each Spokes Cafe, the employees there will run the espresso bar, run the register. Customer service is a big part here in their job description. They also will help take inventory of the items we have, go shopping for the items that we need as well. So our most popular drink here at Spokes 2 is actually called the Austin Badger, and it was created by one of our employees themselves. His name is Christian. The idea of the Austin Badger was to create a drink that had some protein in it because this cafe is so popular with the bike enthusiasts and people who come here in the morning to work out every day. We wanted to provide something with a little protein to go along with their workout. So Christian came up with the Austin Badger, which is fitting for the park, and it is our classic frozen mocha with peanut butter, agave, and chocolate protein powder. Christian, the creator of the Austin Badger, has cerebral palsy, and this was his first job that he really thrived in. He tried many jobs throughout Medina County and didn't really find his place. Since Christian has worked here, he is an expert on the register, great customer service. When people walk in, I used to have to tell them the whole spiel, what Spokes is about, what we're about. Christian takes that completely over now. And that's awesome because that's exactly what our purpose is for him to feel empowered in his community and feel a place. If you haven't been to Spokes, then you haven't seen real customer service. I mean, genuine smiles, happy to see you customer service. And when you come here, you're not just coming to pick up a cup of coffee, you're providing these individuals the opportunity to practice their work skills so they can come and serve you in your community.
Spokes Cafe has 2 locations in Medina, both with the same mission and great coffee. Okay, it's time to jump in the car, folks. We're headed to Canton, Ohio, to a place like you've never seen before. It's called Empty Bin Zero Waste.
Empty Bin Zero Waste is the first zero waste store in Ohio. We're very proud of that fact and hope that others will join us in the future. But currently we sell items that replace single-use plastic and paper. So we have cutlery sets, menstrual products, toothbrushes, different soaps, and then we have bulk options as well. So people would bring in their own containers. We don't have containers for people to dispose of plastic ones or plastic bags. Bags is the easiest thing. So I always recommend switching out to reusable grocery bags. Start with that. If you start with one simple thing, master that, and then move on to the second item, you know, maybe a water bottle then. You know, carry your own, don't buy any water bottles. I started this primarily, it was kind of organic because I've been a vegetarian for 26 years. Then I found out you can make laundry detergent, which was just amazing to me. I had no idea you could do that. So I started making my own products at home. So because of all the toxins, you read all the ingredients, it's crazy. And then I had my first granddaughter. Now I have 3 grandchildren. And I just felt really bad about what we're leaving their generation. I was a child in the 80s and everything was plastic, Tupperware, plastic everywhere. And I'm slowly teaching them when they come over. She knows where like the compost is and the garden and the recycling. So hopefully, you know, we can help people transition to make it a little less difficult on the babies nowadays. One of the most popular ones currently are stainless steel straws. We also have bamboo and glass. Just the other day I was parking outside and there was a straw in the street. So it really does happen. You think, how is there a straw in the street or in the ocean? I don't know, but it's a good thing to get rid of. So we have stainless steel straws, reusable sandwich bags are our second biggest seller, bamboo toothbrushes, we have dental floss that is biodegradable, different shopping bags, different bags like that. Produce bags too, which I make out of lace curtains, so it's a repurposed material. All of our bulk soaps over there, they're already made. Castile soap is very popular. It's been around for a really long time, and there's so many different uses for one soap. So you come in with your container, or you can purchase one of ours that we have here, fill it up. We do a tear weight, so you're only paying for the product that's actually in your container. At the store, when you go buy things, you're paying for the container as well. But you can do everything with those. There's about 20 different uses. The shampoo is a new product. It's the only one that I found that has plant-based, no toxins in it, there's no scent in it. So we have a complimentary essential oil bar here. So if you want to scent your own shampoo and make it completely your own, you can add whatever you'd like to that. So you can come in, bring your own containers and fill up all the ingredients that you would need to make your own deodorant or your own lotion bar, your own chapstick. And I'm gonna have a recipe book as well that has all of the recipes that I use for that. And then you can take a picture of it so you know what you wanna bring in next time container-wise to make your own products. You know, even though zero waste is a popular term right now, it's really not possible in today's era. If you lived out in the woods, you know, completely homesteading, you might get there. But right now we're just trying to let the public know that there are options that last longer and that we just want to reduce waste as much as possible.
Empty Bin Zero Waste is located at Canton, and if you want more information, just head to their website. Okay, when we come back with more passion and purpose, it's the healing power of horses. We'll be right back. Welcome back to New Day, Cleveland. Nestled down in the Rocky River Reservation is a place that's great for children and adults, and they do it all with horseback riding. Check it out, it's Valley Riding.
Valley Riding incorporates a lot of things. We have a lot of different programs here. Obviously, the big reason you're here is for the therapeutic riding program, but we also have pony camps all year round for the 4 to 7-year-olds. We do horse camps in the summer for 8 to 14-year-olds. And then we have, you know, beginner lessons for kids and adults that want to start to learn how to ride. And we also have another program for youth outdoors. And they're basically kids within the inner city communities that get to experience being around horses, which is really cool. Therapeutic riding we do on Tuesdays. We have 6 classes and they're 45 minutes long each. And they are for a number of different special needs children. You know, originally therapeutic riding started out more for people that had physical issues, and it's really turned into more of the developmental issues. Autism is huge, unfortunately. ADD, ADHD, you know, all the different things that are out there. We do have some riders that do have some physical issues, but a lot of them are more towards the autism and Asperger's and ADHD spectrum. Some even have more just like an anxiety disorder. So it's a wide range of things that we cater to. They can start at the age of 4, which is really great. And they can ride up to whatever age works, you know, good for them, and they want to continue. We have a number of riders that have been here for quite a while. First thing we do is we get them into the ring. We have the horses waiting, and they're all tacked up and everything. And we have a lot of leaders. We have somebody leading each horse, and then they may have 1 or 2 sidewalkers, depending on the rider's needs. After they get on, we usually do a series of exercises, and that helps get them balanced and sitting and moving with the horse and relaxed, and just helps get them started. And then we may play games. If it's nice, we might go out on trail, yay. Just the movement of the horse helps to carry them and makes them sit up, and it helps them with their own balance.
This is special because we live, you know, in a west side suburb, and it's very close. We don't have to go far away, you know, they know what they're doing. They've been doing this for so many years, and they know how to work with the special needs population. And you know, it's very inclusive. Hazel feels very much a part of the stables and kind of the stable family here.
Volunteers are priceless. I have volunteers that have been here for 15, 20 years. It's funny because a lot of people that get involved don't realize how much they're going to get out of it, which is really cool. But after they start volunteering, they go, oh my gosh, I love these kids, or I love these people that I'm working with, and it's just, it's a wonderful group of people to have here. They're kind of my other family, so it's cool.
Valley Riding is a wonderful place, and if you'd like to help out or donate money, just go to their website. Okay, coming up, we're going to a place that, we're talking about great fashion at half the cost. Check it out after the break. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland's Passion and Purpose. Okay, now we're going to talk about fashions, the hottest fashions at a fraction of the cost that are good for the earth too. Check out Refold.
Refold is a pre-owned fashion boutique. Everything is sustainable, pre-owned, and beautiful. The thing that separates us from like what I would say is a consignment shop or a player's closet, not that I have anything against those places, they're wonderful, is that I wanted to elevate pre-owned fashion into a boutique space. Kind of fight the stigma of buying used or whatever you want to call it, and kind of make it so it's accessible to everyone. So I started Refold online, and it seemed to make sense when I came into a brick and mortar space to make the main goal of the space to be sustainability, because buying pre-owned is inherently sustainable because you're saving things from the landfill. You're giving clothes, regardless of their original origins, which is one of the cooler things, a second life. So if something was fast fashion in its first life, if you're giving it a second life, that's inherently making it more sustainable for the earth. And it's even better when something was inherently sustainable when it started out, some brands are, and then you still give it a second life because it's made to be used more than once. I'm also trying to build relationships with other sustainable brands. So I have a line of recycled metal jewelry here from an artist in New York. I have a local personal care line that's sustainable and organic, and every box is checked in terms of like what you want to do good for the earth and whatnot. And then I have a local candle company that uses 100% soy wax that is sourced all in the US, and most of their scents and oils are all sourced in Ohio. I shop for everything that's in the store. I curate every single piece that comes into the store. I love that every piece that's brought to the counter, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. Like, I chose that. So like, I chose that for you in a sense. Like, I actually don't like shopping for myself at all. So it's much more enjoyable to think of it as like, I'm shopping for each person that found that thing. Like, that was where they're waiting for you. I think a lot of people write off fashion as frivolous, but it's something we all have to make a choice about, so why not make it a better choice? And it doesn't have to be like a huge change of lifestyle, which I think being sustainable, as an example, can feel overwhelming when there's like every aspect of your life is built to not be sustainable. Every piece of clothing is steam cleaned before it's put out. Every piece of jewelry is wiped, every shoe is sanitized. So that's not really an issue if people were to ask. But there's also the second part where it's not as easy. Even in the space like this, there's the inherent, like, there's no other size of that thing that you're looking for. And I think that's one of the things that is great about being online. Being a part of the community is something that can't be replaced. So it's really cool. Like, I've made so many cool relationships with other store owners, my customers, my guests. So now I just enjoy creating a space that's just a little bit different than what you're used to, and where sustainability is the focus but isn't painful. Like, you don't even notice it.
And the good thing about Refold is you can shop from the comfort of your very own home, and don't forget to check out the website because they have special pop-up sales all the time. Now here's another good one. This is called Second Look Books and Brews. This is a place that gives your favorite book a second chance.
Second Look Books and Brews is a used bookstore and coffee shop. We're located in historic downtown Lodi, right on the square. And we feature, all of our coffee comes from a local roastery. We feature local baked goods. So years ago, my mom wanted to open a bookstore. And so we talked about it a little bit, but then I went to college and then I joined the Army, and so I was gone for about 8 years. But I said, all right, Mom, I'll come back and I'll help you with this bookstore, but we have to have a coffee shop too, because otherwise nobody's gonna come just for the book. So, and I love coffee. It was really just because I love coffee. So we get all our coffee from Sure House Coffee Roasters, and they're located out of Wooster, so just about 20 minutes away, and they roast all their own coffee. And then we have pretty much your typical coffee bar drinks. So we have all the lattes and the mochas and the flavor syrups, and then we also have smoothies and teas and chai tea lattes. So a little bit of something for everyone, hopefully. So we have a lady who does Hungarian pastries named Viola, and then we have cookies from Baked with Love by Mimi, and she is an amazing cookie decorator and does really cute cookies for us. And then we have all the rest of our kind of muffins and just general pastries come from Amanda Lambert, who does Whisked Away Delights. And then we have a lady who does biscotti for us as well. The majority of our books have been donated, which is awesome. And we've been getting them in pretty much since my mom said she wanted to start this. People have been like, oh, here's a bunch of books we have. So we actually have tons and tons more books than we have out in the shelves right now. So it has been kind of a process to go through all of them and decide all right, what do we think is gonna sell and appeal to people? But we have a little bit of everything. We have nonfiction and fiction. We have a pretty good kids section. My mom homeschooled us, so we have some curriculum and educational books as well. We really wanted to create an area where people could feel comfortable to come and just spend time, have meetings, meet with friends. So that was definitely something we tried really hard to create, and that was a lot of fun, just being oh, what if we did this, what if we did that? It's so exciting to see people come back, because I feel that's the biggest indication that it's going well and that we've created what we wanted to create. It's been a lot of fun, and we're really happy with where we're at right now.
Second Look Books and Brews is located on Wooster Street, and that is in Lodi. Well, that's going to do it for our very special show. I hope you enjoyed it. Passion and purpose, all these wonderful people doing great things to make people feel better and, of course, bring more sunshine into your life. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. For Natalie Herbick, I'm David Moss, and we'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.